Now, this is SAP NetWeaver 7.5 Java system. So here, click Windows. Here I logged in SID ADM account. Before installation, you have only one account. That account is administrator account. But after installation, you got another account, user account, that is SID ADM account. So you logged in SID ADM account after installation. Now start and stop. So this is SAP Management Console. It is a tool. SAP Microsoft Management Console. It is called as SAP MMC shortcut. Now we want to know about this one, SAP MMC. It is a tool. Tool means software. SAP MMC. It is a tool. Tool means software. Only in Windows OS only that SAP MMC is available. Only in Windows operating system only. After installation is completed, in Windows operating system on desktop, you got this SAP Management Console. Or here also you get that one. In this start list also you get that one, SAP Management Console. So that is a tool. What is the use of that tool? You got it clearly. Now, in Java system, in AS Java system, you have primary application server instance. Java Central Service Instance. In shortcut, you called as SCS. Primary Application Server Instance, in shortcut, you called as PAS. And database and additional application server instance, AAS. So total 4 instances is available in AS Java system. Total we got 4 instances in AS Java based SAP system we got. Now, so PAS instance database, SCS instance, PAS instance is there in your system. Database, SCS instance, PAS instances is there. 3 instances is there in your system. Okay, so as per rule, first what we want to start? First we want to start this one. First we want to start database. Next, after starting database, as per rules, we want to start the SCS instance. We want to start SCS instance after starting database. Next, after starting SCS instance, we want to start the primary application server instance as per. Okay, as per rule, first we want to start the database, next SCS instance, next primary application server instance as per rule. When it is SAP HANA DB. When it is SAP HANA DB, on that time, this rule. Here, all instances is installed in single system. Here, all instances is installed in single system. So your database is HANA database. It is Java system. Your database is HANA database. Okay, Java system. First, you start the database. After starting database, next you want to start the SCS instance. After starting SCS instance, next you want to start the primary application server instance as per rule. Okay, next. Next, database. SCS instance. PS instance. So it is not HANA database. For example, the database is MS SQL server, not HANA. Any database you think, Oracle, DB2, any database. It's not HANA database. So all instances are installed in single system. All instances are installed in single system. First, we want to start the SCS instance. First, we want to start SCS instance. Okay, first we want to start the SCS instance. After starting SCS instance, we want to start the primary application server instance. Here, we no need to start the database separately. Why? Why I no need to start the database separately means here, your database and primary application server instance is available in single system. That's why you no need to start the database. But here also, database and primary application server instance is available in single system. On the time, why I start the database first? Because your database is HANA database. When your database is HANA database, on the time compulsory, primary application server instance and database is available in single system. On that time also, you want to start the database separately. But it is not HANA database. When you install database and primary application server instance in single system, on that time, you no need to start the database separately. On that time, you no need to start the database separately. When you start here, when you start primary application server instance, database is started automatically. When you start primary application server instance, database is started automatically. There is no separate button to start the database. No need to start the database separately. In this figure, you no need to start the database separately. When you start the primary application server instance, database is started. So as per rule, database is not running. Database is not running. On that time, I start the SCS instance is started or not. That is one of the question. So your database is not running. Your database is in stop condition. On the time you start the SCS instance is started or not. It is started. Why? SCS instance, no need to require database is running or not, no problem. So database is in stop condition. Directly you start the SCS instance, it will be started. So, but database is in stop condition and SCS instance is in stop condition. On that time, I start the PAS or additional application server instance is started or not? That is another question. Answer is it's not started. So when your database is in stop condition, when your SCS instance is in stop condition, on that time you start the primary application server instance or additional application server instance, it will not start. Compulsory database is running, SCS instance is running, on that time only primary application server instance or additional application server instance is started. That is the rule. Database is not running, you start the SCS instance, it will be started. Database is not running, SCS instance is not running, you start the primary application server instance or additional application server instance, it will not started. So when database is running, when SCS instance is running, on that time only you want to start the primary application server instance or additional application server instance. On that time only, the two instances will be started. Then when you want to start the PAS or when you want to start the PAS or AS instance, you required running database. Compulsory when you want to start the primary application server instance or additional application server instance, before starting you want to check database is running or not. Database is not running means that two instances will not start. Now here, as per rule, my system is not HANA database. My system is this system. So here, I no need to start the database separately. Why means database and primary application server instance is available in single system. That's why I no need to start the database separately. Now first I want to start the SCS instance. Here, after installation is completed in Windows operating system on desktop, SAP Management Console is there. It is a tool. Double click this tool and click as Maximize, expand SAP system. Expand our system. Red mark. Red color symbol indicates error. Red color symbol indicates error. Red color symbol indicates error. Here you know it, leave it. Now here they show clearly. This is database. How I tell this is database means by seeing this icon. By seeing this blue color icon, I tell this is database. Here, every instance, they have instance number. For database, there is no instance number. Why means, when installing time, they did not ask any instance number for database. That's why they don't show. Database, they defined by using computer name only. So, before starting your SAP system, first of all, in your SAP system, how many instances you install, they show all the instances or not, you check clearly. Here, there is no red color error. How many instances you install? This is my database instance. This is my SCS instance. How I tell this is SCS instance means by seeing this instance number. When installation time, I put SCS instance number as 40. That's why this is SCS instance. And this is primary application server instance. And see these icons also. Here, instances, they show like that computer name and instance number. Gray color symbol indicates. Gray color symbol indicates stop. Gray color symbol indicates stop. That is the meaning of gray color. Now, after opening here, name is SAP Management Console, but after opening, they show here SAP Microsoft Management Console. After opening, they show SAP Microsoft Management Console. Okay, that means now it is called as SAP Microsoft Management Console. Very, very important point. Very, very important point. SAP MMC, it is tool. It is not supported to start and stop the database. That is very, very important part. SAP Microsoft Management Console is not supported to start and stop the database. That too, by using SAP MMC, it is not possible to start and stop the database. That is very, very important part. As per rule here, database is there, SCS instance. Database is there, SCS 40. And primary application server instance is there. So my database is not HANA database. That means here I no need to start the database separately. Why? Database and primary application server instance is available in single system. That's why I no need to start the database separately. That means here first I want to start the SCS instance. As per here, when I install database and primary application server instance in single system, my database is MS SQL Server, not HANA database. On that time, first I want to start the SCS instance. Here present SCS instance is in gray color. Gray color means is in stop condition. Now here, first of all, you want to know the kernel global directory. Installation drive, USR, SAP, SID, SYS, EXE, UC means Unicode, UC, NT ADM64. So this is the location of kernel global directory. Kernel global directory. This is the location of kernel global directory. So in that directory, what is available? Kernel files is available. In that directory, what is available? Kernel files is available. Kernel global directory means system-wide kernel folder. Kernel global directory means system-wide kernel folder. Now in that kernel global directory, here type SAP CPE. This is SAP CPE. It is one of the kernel file. SAP CPE. It is one of the kernel file. Okay. Next, SAP start SRV. Here is there. It is also one of the kernel file. SAP start SRV. It is also one of the kernel file. Okay. So in kernel global directory, that two files is there. In kernel, this is the kernel files location. Okay. Now I go back. Go to installation drive, USR, SAP, SID, here SCS40. This is SCS instance directory folder. Double click. Here also EX is there. This is SCS instance kernel directory. That is SCS instance kernel folder. In that folder also you search this one, you found. And you search SAP CP also you found. Okay, in that folder also. Like that, this is primary application server instance folder. Here also kernel directory is there. PS instance kernel directory. So in that folder also, that two files is available. SAP CP is there. SAP start SRV is there. Now, go to kernel global directory. ESR, SAP SID, SYS, EXE, UC, NTIDM64. Now go to this is kernel global directory. Here, installation drive, ESR, SAP, SID, SCS, kernel directory. Here I am deleting the kernel files. In this folder, I delete the kernel files in this folder. Control plus A, Control plus D to delete. Select and click skip. Here SAP starter serving. In SCS instance, I deleted the kernel files. Here in SCS instance, I deleted the kernel files. But in kernel global directory, kernel files is there. I deleted kernel files in SCS instance only, not in kernel global directory. You did not delete that kernel files in kernel global directory. Okay. Now, as per rule, first which instance I want to start? SCS instance. SCS instance present in gray color. Gray color symbol indicates it is in stop condition. Now, by using this SAP Microsoft Management Console, we want to start the SAP system instances, but by using that SAP Microsoft Management Console, we want to start the SAP system by using SAP instances, but I want to start. First, as per rule, we no need to start the database here because our database is MS SQL Server and database and primary application server instance is installed in single system. That's why I no need to start the database separately. As per rule, first I want to start the primary applications, SCS instance, sorry. Now right click, I show you how to start. Right click, start. Here you logged in SID ADM account. That's why here you enter the master password. Final _ 56789 and click OK. So SAP CP is copying. Here you saw files are getting. So SAP CP is copying. Here all are running. Now here you saw in SCS instance kernel directory files is available. In SCS instance kernel directory files is available. Okay, now when I start the SCS instance, backend, what will happen? So first SAP CP copy the kernel files from this directory to this directory. That is the first step. So SAP CP is the one of the kernel file is available in kernel global directory. What is the role of SAP CP? When you start the SCS instance in backend, what is the role of SAP CP? SAP CP copy the kernel files from kernel global directory to SCS instance kernel directory. Actually, SAP CP role is they want to check whatever files is available in SCS kernel global directory, same files is available in SCS instance kernel directory or not, they want to check. That is the role of SAP CP. When you start the SCS instance, what is the role of SAP CP means? They want to check whatever kernel files is available in kernel global directory, same kernel files is available in SCS instance kernel directory or not. They want to check. But SAP CP, what they do? When you start the SCS instance, SAP CP copy the kernel files from kernel global directory to SCS instance kernel directory. That is the first step in backend they're doing. After SAP CP copy is completed, in SCS instance kernel directory, in SCS instance kernel directory, this is SCS instance kernel directory, SAP start SRV is there. That is kernel file. SAP start SRV is there. That SAP start SRV start the message server, enqueue server, gateway, web dispatcher. Whatever components is available in SCS instance, that components is started by SAP start SRV. Whatever components is available in SCS instance, that components are started by SAP start SRV. Where that SAP start SRV is available in SCS instance. After SAP CP copy kernel files in SCS instance, SAP start SRV is there. That SAP start SRV only start the message server, enqueue server, gateway, web dispatcher. First of all, you want to know what is available inside SCS instance. In SCS instance, message server is there, enqueue server is there, gateway is there, web dispatcher is there. In installation time, I select web dispatcher. That's why web dispatcher is there. Suppose in installation time, you did not select web dispatcher, means you did not get web dispatcher in SCS instance. First of all, you want to know what is available inside SCS instance. Message server is available, enqueue server is available, gateway is available, web dispatcher is available. Who started these components? SAP start SRV started that components. Where that SAP start SRV is available? In SCS instance kernel directory. So when you start SCS instance, gray to yellow. Yellow means starting. When you start SCS instance, yellow color symbol indicate starting. Green color symbol indicate started. That is the meaning. Green color symbol indicates started. Yellow color symbol indicates starting, when starting time. Here green is there, green color. That means SCS instance is started. In SCS instance, only these components is available. Message server, enqueue server, gateway, web dispatcher. Okay. Now, next. Okay, as per rule, I started SCS instance. Now, I want to start the primary application server instance. Same in primary application server instance also. Same in primary application server instance. I go to that location. Installation drive, ESR, SAP, SID, primary application server instance, EXE, kernel directory. Here also, Control plus A, Control plus D to delete. Select this one and skip. Here SAP start SRV is there. Okay, in primary application server instance, I deleted kernel files. Okay, now here in kernel global directory, kernel files is there, but in primary application server instance, I deleted the kernel files. Now, it is in gray color. It is in stop condition. Now I want to start the primary application server instance. Right click, start. Now this time I no need to enter the password. Already when I start the primary application server instance, I enter no, right now no need. SAP CP is copying. Here you saw. Now we are getting files here. Now here we are getting files in primary application server instance, kernel folder. Refresh. This is refresh button. Whatever button I'm clicking, that is refresh button. Here now, IGS watchdog is running. AS Java status not showing. Still it is in yellow color. Now here AS Java process table is there. Here you saw in AS Java process table, ICM is running. Java server waiting to start. So here, who start AS Java and IGS watchdog? That is the question first you want to know. Who start IGS watchdog and AS Java? Who start? SAP start SRV start. SAP start SRV start. Okay, still AS Java status. When AS Java they show here Java server is started. When Java server here started means this one also they show running. Why? AS Java only start this Java server. AS Java start the ICM and Java server. Here ICM is running, but Java server still starting. That's why here AS Java they don't show running here. ఇక్కడ AS Java అనేది ఎందుకు మీకు ఇక్కడ రన్నింగ్ చూపించలేదంటే AS Java నే ICM ని జావా సర్వర్ ని స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి. ఇక్కడ ICM రన్నింగ్ లో ఉంది, కానీ జావా సర్వర్ రన్నింగ్ లోకి వచ్చాకే AS Java స్టార్ట్ ఇక్కడ రన్నింగ్ చూపిస్తుంది. Why here AS Java status they don't show running means AS Java only start this ICM and Java server. Here ICM status is running. Java server status still they don't show running. When Java server is running means on that time here AS Java status also they show running. Now here running. Why AS Java status they show now running means here Java server is running. You leave this one, no problem. You leave this only. You think this one only. So here what? Same when you start the SCS instance. When you start the SCS instance, what will be happen? Same here also. Same here also. When I start the primary application server instance, backend what will be happen? SAP CP copy the kernel files from kernel global directory to kernel global directory to kernel primary application server instance kernel directory. After SAP CP copy is completed, you did not found. Here you remember when you start the primary application server instance in backend, what will be happen means SAP CP copy the kernel files from kernel global directory to primary application server instance kernel directory. After copy is completed, next database is started. After copy is completed, after SAP CP copy is completed, database is started. After database is started, SAP start SRV, start the IGS watchdog and AS Java. AS Java, start the ICM and Java server. That will be happen in backend. When you start primary application server instance in backend, what will be happen means SAP CP copy the kernel files from kernel global directory to primary application server instance kernel directory. After SAP CP copy is completed, database will be started. After database is started, in your primary application server instance kernel directory, SAP start SRV is there. SAP start SRV, start the IGS watchdog and AS Java. After AS Java, IGS watchdog, AS Java, AS Java start this ISM and Java server process. When Java server process is started, they show AS Java also running. Here, why in SCS instance, there is no this one. Why in SCS instance there is no AS Java process table? That means why in SCS instance there is no AS Java and that Java server. Why in SCS instance there is no Java server? Because it is central instance. Why in SCS instance there is no AS Java process table? Here in SCS instance we did not found AS Java process table. Why in SCS instance there is no AS Java process table? There is no AS Java process table. In interview they ask you, why in SCS instance there is no AS Java process table? On that time you want to tell simply, it is central instance. That's why. AS Java process table is available only in application server instance. In application server instance only, users login is possible. In application server instances only, user login is possible, because in application server instance only AS Java process table is available. That's why. That means users login possible only in primary application server instance and additional application server instances only. Okay, here I don't have additional application server instance. Suppose now in this system additional application server instance is there, means after starting primary application server instance, you want to start the additional application server instance. Here, now, SCS instance is in green color, primary application server instance is in green color. That's why here, total system they show in green color. Green color symbol indicates system is started. Here now, all of you saw, I did not start the database. Why? This SAP Microsoft Management Console tool is not supported to start the database. Without starting database, I start the SAP system. Why? When I start primary application server instance, database is also started. That's why here SAP system is running now. Now here SAP system is running. Any user want to log into the SAP system now is possible. Here, as per rule, in SCS instance, user login is not possible. In a primary application server instance only, user login is possible. Why? Means SCS instance is central instance, not in application server instance. In application server instance only, AS Java process table is available. In SCS instance, you did not found that AS Java process table. That means in primary application server instance or in additional application server instance only, user login is possible. Now system is in green color. This is the way you want to start the SAP system instances by using SAP Microsoft Management Console. So by this way, you want to start the SAP system instances by using SAP Microsoft Management Console.